Welcome to another edition of Smalltalk for you. This morning I wanted to take a look at one of the simple tools in VA Smalltalk, but one that you're going to need a lot pretty much in any Smalltalk you use, and that's the inspector. To get started, we'll start with something very basic. We'll take an array here that we're going to create, and we'll inspect the results of this. And it's just an array. You see the way the inspector's set up, we have over here the elements, and then over here the values. So I have element 2, element 3, element 4, element 5, and we can see what the values are over here. And pretty much that's all there is to this. You can, of course, highlight this and do various things with it off the standard text menu. And you can also open up a little workspace down here. So if you wanted to have a little coding area to work with, you can add that to the workspace just like you can in VisualWorks, and probably Pharaoh will add this at some point as well. It's kind of a nice feature. Now, another interesting thing about inspectors is if you look at dictionaries, they operate a little differently in the inspector. You're not going to see much here, so if I do an execute on this and then inspect the dictionary part, it's not going to look too terribly different over here, keys and values. What looks a little different is if you have a large dictionary like the CW constants, which is a pool variable. Let's inspect that. This looks a little different, and that's because there are so many keys in this that what it gives you is all of the keys between above and first, and you see all the keys are actually down here. So it kind of splits this for me. So I can go down here and look at the actual values. So keys and all of the keys down here. So here we have separators for this just because there's so darn many of them. So if we come down here, and I want to find one of the XM ones because then I can show you something else about this. Let's go down here to attach widget. Now if we go to this guy here, one of the things you can do is you can browse the variable references. So we can see where this guy might be referenced in code, and you can see down here, there it is. So if you have a dictionary that has things that are referenced somewhere in the system, you can always query that. And that's something interesting about the dictionary inspector in particular, is that you can query the values in the dictionary and find out where they might be being used in the system itself. So that's something you might want to do, and it's an interesting little feature that separates it a little bit from the inspector over here. And in fact, you can create your own inspector types, which I'm not going to go into in this screencast, but VA Smalltalk, like most Smalltalks, has that capability, so you can customize the way inspectors work for your particular kind of object. But that's about all I wanted to cover today. Until next time, have fun with whatever Smalltalk you're using.